Ever feel like some higher power is playing matchmaker? Like when a dating app seems to know exactly who to show you, or how hospitals and med students find their perfect fit?
It's not magic, it's actually math.
Math. Okay, now I'm intrigued.
We're diving into the Gale-Shapley algorithm today. It's all about making the best matches and, well, avoiding drama.
Stable matches, avoiding drama. Sounds like we're talking about reality TV, not an algorithm.
You're closer than you think.
Hmm.
See, Gale-Shapley tackles this thing called the stable marriage problem. Imagine a group of people who all want to pair up, right? Each person has a ranked list of who they'd want to be with.
Okay, so everyone's got their top picks, their dream partners all lined up.
Exactly. And the challenge is pairing everyone off so no two people would rather be with each other than who they're matched with.
So no one's looking over their shoulder at someone else thinking, should been me.
Exactly. It's about finding a balance where everyone feels like they got a decent outcome.
Okay, so no more what-ifs and relationship drama. Sounds like a recipe for a happy ending. But how do you even begin to program something like that? How does this algorithm actually work in real life?
Let's go back to that dating show idea. Everyone, men and women, ranks potential partners in order of preference.
Got it. Everyone's got their wish list. Then what?
Let's say the men propose first. Each guy proposes to the woman at the tippy top of his list.
Going for the gold right away. Bold move.
Well, in this algorithm, it's the most logical.
Mm.
If a woman gets multiple proposals, she picks the guy she ranked higher on her list.
Makes sense. It's all about maximizing those preset preferences.
Now, here's the clever part. Anyone rejected, they don't just give up. They move on to their next choice and propose again. This keeps going till every single person, men and women, is matched.
So it's like a strategic dance-off, proposals flying back and forth until everyone's partnered up.
And the amazing thing about Gale-Shapley is it always guarantees a stable matching, no matter how many people, how complex their choices are.
So a foolproof system for harmonious pairings. I'm impressed. But this feels very theoretical. Where does this actually get used in the real world?
Get this. School choice programs.
You're saying. How students get matched with schools.
Yep. Think thousands of students applying to different schools, each with their own lists of what they want. Gale-Shapley helps ensure the most students get into their top choice schools while also factoring in things like how many kids each school can take.
Like a massive puzzle, and the algorithm's putting all the pieces in the right place.
And it works. New York City used it to place over 70,000 students in schools that matched what they wanted.
Wow, that's a whole lot of happy families right there. So it's not just theoretical, it's really making a difference.
It shows how this math concept can actually impact something as personal as education.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not all. It goes even further than that.
Okay, yeah, medical residency. That's got to be one of the most intense job hunts after years of med school, right?
You're not wrong. It is incredibly competitive. You got all these amazing new doctors ready to start specializing, and hospitals all trying to snag the best ones.
So Gale-Shapley comes in to, bring order to the chaos, make sure everyone finds the right fit.
Exactly. It works really well here. Hospitals rank the new doctors, based on their skills, how much experience they have, stuff like that. And then the grads rank the hospitals, too.
So it's a two-way street. Both sides get a say. What kinds of things are the grads looking at?
Oh, the usual suspects. Hospital's reputation, what they specialize in, even location, work-life balance, all that plays a part.
Makes sense. It's a big decision.
Huge. And the algorithm takes all those rankings from both sides, crunches the data, and finds the most stable matches possible. It's all about minimizing those what-ifs, No one wants to feel like they missed out on a better opportunity because the system wasn't thorough.
So everyone breathes a sigh of relief. No more last-minute scrambles or feeling like you got stuck with your last choice.
That's the goal. It really brings a level of fairness and efficiency to what could be a really stressful process.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about how this algorithm works to create these stable matches, but I gotta ask, are there any downsides? I mean, nothing's perfect, right?
You're right about that. No algorithm is perfect. One thing to keep in mind is that Gale-Shapley assumes everyone knows exactly what they want.
That's a big assumption.
It is. In reality, people change their minds, their priorities shift. What looks like a dream job one day might not be so appealing a few years down the line.
Totally. Remember those personality tests that told you what career you should have?
Exactly. And while the Gale-Shapley algorithm is really good at creating stable matches based on the information it's given, it can't predict how people's feelings and priorities will change down the line.
Right, it's all based on a snapshot in time, not the whole movie of your life, right?
Exactly. But there's another interesting aspect to this algorithm. It's something we call strategy proof.
Strategy proof. Okay, now you're just using fancy words to make me feel like I should have paid more attention in math class.
It's not that complicated.
Yeah.
Strategy proof basically means there's no point in trying to game the system. Like, let's say you're applying to colleges, right? And you think, okay, this backup school is easier to get into, so I'm going to rank it higher, even though I don't really want to go there.
Oh yeah, totally tried to pull that one myself.
Well, Gale-Shapley sees right through that. It's designed to reward honesty. Your best bet is always to rank your choices truthfully, even if it seems counterintuitive.
So honesty really is the best policy here.
It encourages transparency from everyone involved. Now, that doesn't mean there's no room for manipulation at all. Remember how we were talking about it, relying on accurate input?
Right, like what if people aren't totally sure what they want, or there are other factors influencing their choices?
Exactly. That's where things get a little more tricky. Let's think about online dating for a second. That's another world where algorithms are matching people, but the dynamics are a little different.
Okay, now this is where I really want to know more. We're talking Tinder, Bumble, all that. Is that why my feed is full of people who love long walks on the beach and pineapple on pizza? Is Gale-Shapley secretly running my dating apps?
Not exactly Gale-Shapley itself, but it's got some of the same ideas behind it for sure.
Okay, so spill the tea. How does it all work in the world of online dating? Like we're talking Tinder, Bumble, all those, right?
You got it. Dating apps, they're all about data and algorithms to figure out who you might click with. They're collecting tons of info on your preferences, like who you're swiping right on, what kinds of profiles you're checking out, all that.
Okay, so it's not just throwing random profiles my way. They're actually using my digital dating history to find someone I might actually like.
Yep. And just like Gale-Shapley, they want things to be stable. They don't just want random pairings. They want matches that'll last, that'll keep people engaged and coming back to the app.
So it's got to find that sweet spot between a good match and keeping you swiping.
You could say that. It's kind of a blend of psychology and tech, right? They're not just looking for someone who checks all your boxes on paper. They're also trying to make things interesting, a little unpredictable maybe, to keep you hooked.
Wow, that's kind of wild when you think about it. I get that they're trying to predict what'll keep us swiping, but still.
It's definitely food for thought. And it's bigger than just dating. These algorithms, they're everywhere. Think about it. Music recommendations, movie suggestions, even the news you see on social media.
Yeah, you're right. It's all tailored now.
It's all personalized, all driven by these algorithms, trying to predict what you'll like, what you'll click on, what you'll engage with. It's shaping our choices in ways we might not even realize.
So where does that leave us? Should we be worried, excited? What's the takeaway here?
I think it's about finding a balance. I'm going to be aware of how powerful these algorithms are, how they can influence what we do, but we can't let them control us. We got to stay informed, be critical thinkers, understand how they work, and question things.
That makes a lot of sense. Don't just blindly trust the algorithm, but don't completely write it off either.
Exactly. Be an active participant in the digital world, not just a passive consumer.
Love that. Well said.
It's all about understanding how these things work, asking the right questions, and making sure they're actually benefiting us.
So next time you're swiping on a dating app or scrolling through those personalized recommendations, remember, it's not just random chance. There's a whole algorithm behind the scenes crunching data trying to figure you out.
And that's something to think about.
It really is. As always, dear listener, keep learning, keep exploring, keep asking those questions. The more we understand this stuff, the better we'll be at navigating this whole digital world. Until next time, happy diving.